Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your thoughts on this dominant start for Meralco?
It's exactly what we really hoped for and what we wanted. We wanted to get off to a great start this conference and try to catch up with the teams who've already played a lot of games, because this is our first game. Some teams have already played 3 games. And Lex has already won 3 games. So it was very important for us to get off to a good start. And our defense really held up tonight from start to finish. Tony Bishop did a great job in his first game, scoring the basketball for us, rebounding, blocking shots, showing that he has a lot of versatility in his game. We're still obviously looking for improvement, not just from him, but also from the team. Nards Pinto was great tonight. I thought the combination of Nards Pinto and Angelo Karam coming off the bench defensively was a difference maker and changed the momentum of the game as soon as they entered in the second quarter or the first quarter. Raymond Amazan played really, really well today defensively, guarding the import and scoring inside for us. So it's a good start for us. I mean, it's something we can build on going into our future games. I'm sure we'll have a couple of games next week. So it's a good start.
Coach, good evening, and
Good evening.
nice to see you again, Coach. Coach, considering the way Tony played, how happy are you considering what happened with the import change at the last minute?
Tony Bishop. Yeah, he was able to score the basketball. He showed that he can shoot the basketball from the perimeter. He got some points inside. More importantly, I thought he rebounded the ball pretty well tonight, and he blocked some shots defensively. So Tony's only been here a couple of weeks, and this is the first game he's played since he's been here. So I also had to find out exactly how he was going to play tonight, because the only thing I've seen is actually just practice. So yeah, I was happy. He has a lot of versatility in his game, and he's an all-around player. I don't think he's a just give him the ball type player and get out of the way. I don't think he's that type of player, but it fits in well with what we do. As long as we have good movement, player-wise and ball-wise, I think he'll fit in quite well.
Coach, based on what you saw today, what other aspects you would like to see Tony improve on?
I have to watch the game again to really analyze it really, really well. But overall, I thought he was pretty good tonight. He led us to a victory, so that's the most important thing in the PBA.
Hi, Coach. Bit of a slow start for you guys. The game was tied at 16 after the first quarter. Given the record that Blackwater had coming into this game, were you at all surprised with that development?
No, I wasn't, because they've already played a couple of games. We haven't played any. So I knew there was going to be a little bit of rust on us going into the game. I didn't think we were going to come out like, blowing everybody off the court right from the beginning. And even if you look at Blackwater's games, it's not like they're blowouts. I mean, they play competitively in their games. So I was never expecting that we were going to blow anybody out. I mean, we're the type of team that can beat the top teams. We can also lose to the lower teams too. So we can't be overconfident or be yabang when we're facing opponents. We just have to be, hey, we got to get out there and grind it out and get a win. That's the most important thing. So in other words, you always have respect for your opponents.
Now we turn you over to our Zoom press friends. First up is Mr. Ray Hoble.
Hi, Coach.
Congratulations.
Doing good. Coach, through the years, you have imports who are more of a post-up player. But this time, you're bringing in Tony Bishop, who plays more from the perimeter. What were the adjustments you made in taking in Tony?
Well, I'm not really sure if Tony can't play the post. I mean, obviously going up against a guy like Jalen Bond, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because he's so heavy, and he's not going to be able to really muscle Bond around. But maybe against other opponents, he might be able to get into the post and score baskets for us, depending on who the opposition is. So let's see. I mean, it's still out in the air there as far as I'm concerned, whether he can post up or not, because I think he can. From what I've seen in practice against certain players, I think he can post up. But I guess your question is in comparison to to Alan Dorham. No, he's not Alan Dorham in the post. There's no question about that.
Thank you, Coach.
Up next is Mr. Bong Lazada.
Coach Norman, congratulations po on the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coach, similar question to what Sir Ray earlier said. Is it a luxury for you to have Ray, to have two elite post players this conference? Because we all know Tony Bishop you said earlier that he can play in the post, he can play in the perimeter. So is it a luxury for you to have those two guys? With
Who's the other
Raymond?
guy? Who's the other guy you're referring to?
Raymond.
Raymond. Well,
Yeah.
we don't really post up Raymond much. Raymond normally gets the basketball on drop passes. He sets good screens. He dives to the basket. We try to get it to him in the middle of the lane. When we do run post ups for Raymond, it's not just for him to post up, but it's for other guys also to come off of movement and have an opportunity to score. But it's nice to have a little bit of size. Tony is about 6'5.5", so he's a pretty tall import for this conference. And of course, Raymond is almost 6'8". So it's nice to have two guys in there that can block shots. I would like to focus a little bit on the defensive side, not so much on them being post-up players, but more on the fact that they really defended the paint well today. And they blocked a lot of shots inside the paint, or they discouraged a lot of shots. So I think between the two of them, that's what they're going to bring to the table.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Hi, Coach. Dennis
Hi.
Anbo. Nice
Hi,
to see you again, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Coach, just trying to ask this on a lighter note, Coach. There's been a common thread from the three play dates that play games earlier. Players were overcome of the excitement playing before a crowd.
Mhm.
And what are your insights on finally doing the same after more than a year?
I'm just happy to be back in the Araneta Coliseum. I don't know whether you guys are kind of young, but this is where I actually started. This is where I played my first year against Crispa and Toyota, and this is where it was jam-packed even back in the early 80s. This is where I scored 71 points one time. I mean, it's so many memories for me inside this arena. So I'm happy to be back here. I'm happy the fans are back. I would imagine 3 o'clock is an early game for most fans because they haven't gotten off of work yet. But I'm sure in the second game, there's going to be a lot more fans in the stands. So, you know, that's what players play for. That's what coaches coach for, that atmosphere of having people in the stands cheering for the game. So I'm happy it's back.
Thank you, Coach.
With no more questions, that ends our post-game interview. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Coach Norman.
Salamat. Thank you very much.
Good luck on your next game.